Alright, let's try this again. Hey guys, Vick here, back with the same review. If you guys saw my previous Pulse 22 review, there are a few inaccuracies on there and the build wasn't quite right either. So doing a new video for it. This is the Pulse 22 RDA from Vandy Vape. What is it? It's a 22mm single coil bottom feeding RDA designed specifically for squonking. It does come with a standard 510 pin, and if you want to use that instead, if you don't want to use it on a squonker. Yeah, that is what this is. Fits goon style size tips. Don't be fooled by that. That is one of my own. And I've got it on top of this lovely Darwin mod. More on that in the previous vlog if you want to check that out. So what did I get wrong? What did I get wrong? Basically, on the build portion of the video, I forgot to line up the tabs. So I twisted the coil out of position and I dropped the barrel down on without putting it on the tabs. Now if you do that, what can happen is the top set, the actual barrel can spin independently of the deck, and then eventually those airflow chimneys can touch the coil and potentially cause a short, which is obviously really bad. So what we're going to do is go down low. We're going to do a new build altogether. Then we're going to come back up top for a revised set of pros and cons for this Pulse 22 RDA from Vandy Vape. See you in a sec. Alright guys, here we are up close with the Pulse 22 RDA from Vandy Vape. Tony B Projects bottom feeding RDA. Nice box, nice packaging, that's all that good stuff. Inside you get all usual spares, so it comes with a goon tip on top. You got a black one as well. And if we take this, if we make this open, you can see you've got your normal pin in there, your non-squonking pin, and normal drip tip adapter, and tools, and O-rings, and screws. Good times. This is the RDA. Okay, so this is your deck. Postless system. You screw the Phillips screws on here. In like that, and then you've got your juice wells and things. As you can see, nice deep juice wells. Also, you should be able to notice on here is you've got these grooves. This is where you need to line the notches on here, these little notches here, with those grooves, and that locks the deck to the barrel and will stop it from spinning. Very important, that bit. So let's get a little coil and let's drop this in. So what we want is the coil to be firing up right against the notch. So if you look at that, the coil and the notch perfectly align like that. We might have to realign it a tiny bit when we tighten it up, but let's do that. Okay, so not miles off where we want it. If we stick this back in, not bad, not miles off there. It needs a little pinch, but we're going for a little spaced stainless steel build this time. Yeah, let's. I'll warm this up and give it a pinch. Alright, let's get some cotton in here. It drops in quite nicely if you line it up with those notches like this. Just because of the nature of this coil, trying not to spin it up at all. Brush it out a little bit. Helps with the wicking. The cotton's not too thick. And then let's just pop it into place. We'll get that all juiced up and we'll put it back together. Okay, that's all juiced up now. All nicely wicked up, and you can see the coils over there. What you want to do at this point is put it back together, and what you want to do is again line up those notches on here, pushing it like that, and as long as you have done that, your airflow will line up with the coil quite nicely, and then you just put your top cap on, which has the airflow control here. There we go, and we're going to go down to 1 hole with that, and there we go, all back together. Let's go back up top. Okay guys, that was the Pulse 22 RDA from Vandy Vape up close. Quite a few pros and cons of this. Negatives, let's just do it. Let's just get into the negatives as I see them. The main thing with this is it's a single coil RDA. Now it's a single coil RDA, which obviously means, you know, ultimately it's less power. It's going to be going at less power. It's going to be a less powerful vape than the dual coil that a lot of people will drip with. With that, I think they could have done more with the design. I feel like it's quite tall for a single coil RDA, and I think that isn't helping the flavour. I think if they had shrunk it all down, you know, because you've only got a single coil to get in there, they could have shrunk it all down and possibly improved the flavour like that. The other thing that I think is affecting the flavour is the airflow going down. I think you're asking a lot of it to go from down there all the way up and maintain its taste. The flavour's good, but it's not great, and I think it could be better. It could be a little bit better. Yeah, it just, I don't know. I know the recoil points downward like that, but not through tubes that really focus it down. And also, you know, that's a big cloudy dual coil RDA, so you're just throwing loads of thick canthal at that and loads of volts at that to get that flavour up anyway. So yeah, the flavour isn't perfect. I don't know if there's a way that they could have somehow got this all a bit more reduced, maybe domed in the top cap as well a bit more, and maybe shrunk it all in a bit, a la the Pharaoh and things like that. But yes, it just feel like it possibly could in some way be more reduced. If you look at the other squonking RDAs out there, you can see some very, you know, if you see like a converted Derringer or something like that, they're really low, they're really small, you know. So, and that is one way that it keeps the flavour, you know, having that intense little chamber. But this one doesn't as such. But the flavour is still very good indeed. It's just not great, not stellar. Other things to note as well, not so much negatives, but things to be aware of. The airflow situation is very airy for a single coil RDA. When you've got both of these holes open, you know, it's like goon-esque airflow, you know, very, very airy indeed, which is absolutely fine, great for chucking the clouds, but I know a lot of squonkers are on things like the Snapdragon, which has got very restricted airflow. So, you know, if you're one of these squonkers that are at a 30 to 40 watt sort of area in your vaping, then perhaps this isn't for you, because I don't think you're going to get enough power through it like that, and I think it'll just be too airy for you compared to something like Snapdragon or a Nipple or anything like that, really. Along the same lines, the juice well. It's really clever how the juice comes out and saturates the channels, but I don't know if it needs such a big juice well. Again, if you look at the Hadley, if you look at the Nada, the Hobo, they just sort of have a flat. Well, and again, that could be an area that you could save space there as well. I don't know if it needs such a big juice well for an RDA that you effectively squonk with, because you could just press the bottle if it's getting dry. You don't really need deep wells. But that's just me. Slight thing. The only other slight thing that I would level as negative is, and I don't know how you can see it. Can you see that sort of gold-plated bottom section there? That doesn't always match what you want. I'd prefer that to just be all stainless. Yeah, I've just got a gold band in what would otherwise be quite a matchy thing. That's again very, very pernickety. Beyond that is there's a lot of positives. Really clever build deck, very, very nice build deck indeed. Love the whole postless thing. Do remember you want a nice long lead because you want your coil up to that airflow, not underneath, you know. But yeah, the postless thing's really clever, works really well. The Phillips heads just tighten up really nice on there. You know, you can rebuild this in minutes, as you saw down low. Again, because it's postless, because there's so much room in there, beautiful room in there, easy to wick, easy to put together, easy to build, very well done. In true Vandy Vape style, it's really well made as well, no problems there. So yeah, it's very nicely put together. It's a very nice vape, very easy to build on, and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's that. That's the Pulse 22. Sorry that I've had to do this retake of this video, but it needed doing because I don't want people to build it in the way that I built in the first video. It was a massive oversight on my part. I've been Vick, and I'll see you again soon.